Hi, boys and girls, of my favorite first grade students in the whole entire world. Today's story, you may be wondering, why is Miss Sally wearing a pretty sparkly dress and some pearls? Well, the reason is because I wanted to play the part for one of my favorite folk tales of all time. In this folk tale, the lesson I'm going to tell you right now because I'm too excited. It's all about how you cannot judge someone based on what you see. And so, in this story, it's originated from Africa, which is where Miss Tyler will hopefully get to go this summer. But in Africa, their customs are very different than American customs, okay? And we're going to find that out by the way they dress, by the way they act, the way they say things. They do not speak English. I'll do my very best to speak their language, but no promises. The story is called The Princess and the Pea. And I wonder, real quick, what could a pea have to do with a princess? We're going to read to find out. So, The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, there was a prince. Here's our prince. He's dressed all colorful. The prince wanted to marry a real princess, so he traveled all around the world in hopes of finding such a lady. So here we have the problem in the story. The problem in the story is that there are not a lot of real princesses. He met many princesses, but it was difficult to tell whether they were real ones. Iska Warren. So here we have one person claiming to be a princess. Look at all her neck bracelets. Again, that was a custom that they do in Africa. They find long necks to be very, very pretty. Salome. Now, I do know what salam means, okay? So, salam is an African word, okay? It's from a country called Ethiopia, and it means hello. So you would say salam. You want to try it? Salam. All the words in African languages in the book mean hello. So the prince does not know if this is a real princess, which is why he's saying hello to her. Jambo Harambe. Again, so I'm assuming this means hello again, so he's saying hello in another different language now. There was something about each princess that was not quite right. So the prince came home again, and he was sad. So why is the prince so sad? He can't find a princess. One evening, there was a terrible storm. Suddenly, a knocking was heard at the gate, and the old king went to open it. So here we have the castle, or where the king lives. And then where the prince and the king live, and here's the old king going to open it. Doesn't this look very different than what we think of when a king and queen live? I know for me, I think of a giant mansion. There was a princess standing at the gate. But good gracious, what a sight the rain and the wind had made her look. And yet, she said she was a real princess. So since it's raining and since it's storming and since it's wet, she didn't look like most princesses do. Right? She had wet hair, and she didn't look how they envisioned a princess would look. Ah, we shall soon find out if she is real, said the queen. So she went into the bedroom where she laid a pea upon the bedstead. Then she took 20 mattresses and laid them on the pea, and then put 20 feather beds on top of the mattresses. So I want you to remember that a pea is like this small, right? The peas that we eat or don't eat because we don't like them, this small. And then she's putting all these mattresses on top and all these beds. On this, the princess had to lie all night. The next morning, the princess was asked how she had slept. "Oh, very badly," said the princess. "I scarcely closed my eyes all night. Heaven only knows what was in the bed, but I was lying on something hard, so that I am black and blue all over." "That's horrible," said the king. Black and blue, boys and girls, is just another way of saying bruises. So she has a bunch of bruises when she woke up. Why, though? Look at all those mattresses she had. So the princess, she's messy from the storm. She wakes up, and now they're going to find out. Now they knew that she was a real princess because she had felt the pea right through the 20 mattresses and the 20 feather beds. Nobody but a real princess could be as sensitive as that. So the prince took the princess for his wife. The pea was put in a museum where it may still be seen if no one has stolen it. There, that is a true story. And that is the way to say the end. So, even though the princess was all messy from the storm, it turns out that she really was a real princess. So even though she didn't look like a princess does, they were able to tell that she was a princess based on how she slept and how she could feel a tiny little pea over a bunch of cushiony mattresses. So, yeah, I'm going to probably wear this all day because I love playing dress up. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this book as much as I did, and I hope that you've learned a lesson not to judge someone based on how they look. So, yeah, see you guys tomorrow.